Welcome back to Garden Talk, brought to you by the Penn State Erie County Extension Master Gardeners. I'm your co-host, Mike Bailey, for this afternoon, along with Ellen DePlacido. Ellen, hello there.
Hi, Mike. Good afternoon.
And we're going to talk about home invaders.
Invaders.
Okay,
Yeah,
sounds spooky, doesn't it? Sounds like
it
a
does.
commercial for
Yeah.
a security system. Okay, and some reminders for the fall. Okay, as far as these home invaders, and the home invaders that we're talking about. Okay, are stink bugs, mice, ants. Okay, even some bees and maybe even some chipmunks. And
Hmm.
we're going to start off with my friends, the stink bugs.
Yours.
you know, the official name is the brown marmorated stink bugs. Okay, and they're a brownish grayish bug, about the size of a nickel, and they were introduced into this country from East Asia only about 20 years ago. But boy, certainly they've certainly made their presence felt, haven't
Hmm.
they? You know, and they
Yes,
and
they
they
have.
spend the spring and summer outside, and feeding and roaming and breeding. Okay, and the larvae feed on a large variety of agricultural products. In fact, you hardly ever see them during the summer, but I did see one during the summer. It was green. It was green. It was a green stink bug.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
oh,
right. It hadn't changed colors just yet.
oh,
Uh,
wow.
you know, and they'll look to get into your house sometime in September and October. They'll start searching for places to spend those winter months, and they seem to like to spend, you know, their winters at my house for whatever reason. you
I
know,
don't think
and
your wife would appreciate that
well, no,
statement.
no, no. She knows. She agrees. Okay. See, we
Okay.
we have this patio room in the back. Okay,
Okay.
and they seem to come in through the vent at the top of the roof. Okay, the ridge vent. Okay, and
Hmm.
underneath the fascia. Okay. In fact, I was sitting in the patio room today. Here it is, in the middle of September. Okay, and there's stink bugs on the screen. And my wife says, "Yeah, she's seeing them too on the other screens." And I walked out on the back patio, the other door, and one fell at my feet. And I go, "Time to spray."
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
you know.
boy.
But when they do come into your house, they pretty much stay kind of inactive until the weather starts to warm in the spring. And the nice thing about when they're inside, they don't eat. Okay, they don't
Yeah,
breed and they
they don't
don't
do
bite.
anything.
Okay, they just lay there. Okay,
They
but
chill.
but if they start moving around and if they're disturbed, they may very well emit a foul smelling odor if disturbed. But the nice thing is that only about 30-40% of the people can actually smell this substance. And I'm one of those people who can't, which is great. All right. So my
Hmm.
wife says she can, but I, I've never smelled one of these things. So I'm one of the people who, have been blessed with not being able to smell them. So, um, so you got to be careful about what you're doing. I mean, they'll come into the house and they'll fly around. They'll fly around the lights too if they get activated.
Hmm.
And typically they can't get into brick homes, because they're so well sealed. But any kind of a
Mm.
home with any aluminum or vinyl siding or these ridge, vents, etc., and stuff like that, you know, they can get in through there. And you know, as far as the vinyl siding and the aluminum, you can't seal that off for
Can't
for
really
for
keep them
for the
out.
life of you
Yeah.
know. But what they say is bifenthrin, bifenthrin. That's the active ingredient of some sprays. Okay, and one of the sprays where you can find this, Ortho Max Home Defense, contains that particular active ingredient, and I personally have had pretty good luck at it.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
and I'm like I said, I'm getting better at it too because I'm trying to figure. I'm actually figuring out where they're actually coming in. Don't laugh at me. Okay, this
I
is
picture you running around your patio room
yeah, it's true.
spraying these
No,
things.
outside I do it. You got to do it outside. On
Yeah.
these fascias and the ridge fence, etc.
Uh,
But I
uh,
get it, and I cut down quite a bit this past year. So I'm looking to do that a little bit better this year. So what about
okay.
mice?
Okay, mice. Now's the time to search around your house for any entry spots. And it really doesn't take much for them to get into your house, less than an inch, a fraction of an inch, and they can get through.
Oh yeah.
Um, and I would watch even the additions to your house. Sometimes they're just looking for a place to stay, like in your garage, your storage sheds, basements, things like that. And right now, I think would be a time to consider setting traps in the garage and the basement as a preventative measure. And also watch out for food sources, things that they would like to eat, like seeds and dog and cat food. Keep those in sealed containers. Um, that can help keep some of the mice out, and just keep looking at those traps, see if you're catching any.
Okay. And I've had wonderful experiences with mice also, and I won't go into the stories now. Okay. But ants, we also deal with ants. Okay. We deal with everything. Okay. The carpenter
Yes.
ants. Okay. And uh, yeah, I've had very good luck with this substance called Terro, Terro, which is available. I find it at the Value Home Center stores. Okay. Not that I'm
Oh,
supposed to
okay.
advertise. Okay. And you spray it on the outside of the foundation. I do it every, in the spring and in the fall, and it kind of works very good about keeping them out. Then I also use that Orthomax Home Defense for the smaller ants. Okay, and you can spray
Hmm.
that on the inside of your house, and that seems to work quite well also. But what about bees?
Well, you need to watch out for those bees coming into your house, um, in small holes in the siding or around the windows, because they can become a major problem and you really need to deal with them. Probably the best thing would be to have someone who's a professional spray and know what they're doing to get rid of them. But don't look at them as pollinators at this point, that need protection. These are bees that are in your home and you need to get rid of them.
Yeah,
And the same with ground bees too in your yard. They can be nasty this time of year.
absolutely. You can talking to a guy right here who's
Oh no, not
I've
bees
been to
too.
the emergency room with this. Okay,
Oh no.
yeah, you're right. You
Okay.
have good reactions, and you got to take all that other
Yeah.
medicine and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm very careful anymore. What about
Hmm.
chipmunks, chippies?
Well, to me, chipmunks are like the mice. They just seem to be able to get in anywhere. If they get into the walls of your home and your attic, and you just don't want that to happen because, like mice and other rodents, they're going to chew on wires. They can cause a fire, and you need to trap them. You need to be careful about your bird feeders. Sometimes you might have to call a professional exterminator to get rid of these chipmunks. And the same with these small squirrels that are jumping around from limb to limb in trees, they can get into your house
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
So
I
be
mean,
careful.
a chipmunk problem can be a very serious problem. So
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing to
Mm-hmm.
laugh about or joke about, and it's
Right.
and you got to take it serious, and don't be afraid to use some of those traps. I'm sorry, you almost have to use some
Right.
kill traps to take
Right.
care of this problem, because if
Right.
you have one, you have about
There's a family of them.
you have 40 or 50 that you don't even see.
Right.
So Ellen,
I
we've
mean,
used
I know people that had to have their house exterminated for chipmunks because they got so bad.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not we're not dealing with Chip and Dale here, okay? We're dealing with
Mm-mm.
some dressed up rodents, okay? So we've used
Mm-hmm.
our time. In fact, we've gone way over. So,
Oh, have
but
we?
thank you for listening, and we hope that you're with us next time. Bye bye now.